welcome Mesa Board Chair Glenn Kasperzik.
Good morning and welcome to the 2022 State of the City with Mayor Giles. It's exciting to be here today. It's great to see everybody. I'm Glenn Kasperzik. I'm the chair of the Mesa Chamber and the Southwest Region President of Global Medical Response. At the Chamber, we strive to provide our members with effective programs and networking opportunities that lead to growth and success for our businesses. The goal shifted from growth to survival during the pandemic, and I'm so proud of how we work together in a time of crisis to support Mesa businesses and the community as a whole. Sally and her team at the Chamber rose to the challenge and helped thousands weather the financial storm, the social storm, the impacts, everything that impacted the City of Mesa and our Chamber members. Thank you for your commitment to the community we call home. It's also great to be back in this room with all of you to experience the State of the City this year. Mesa's program is unlike no other each year. We get energized for the future, and it's an exciting time. This morning, we have many elected officials and VIPs in the audience today from across the state who are listed on the screen behind me. Will all of you please stand and be recognized? Thank you for joining us. We also have a dedicated group of sponsors that makes this event amazing. I'd like to recognize our title sponsor for the second year, our friends at SRP. We have more than 50 additional sponsors this year, and we'd love to recognize each and every one, but in the interest of time, you'll see them listed here. Thank you for being a sponsor. And most importantly, thank you to everyone so much for your continued support for the Mesa Chamber of Commerce and the Mayor's State of the City breakfast. So let's get this thing started now.
Everybody ready? Quiet on set.
It could be 123, hot enough to melt your queso. But this truth I must repeat, regardless of the heat. It's always cool in Mesa. You wanna see a big saguaro? Not a problem, I'll take you tomorrow. You say Venice makes you wistful. We got canals, baby, by the festival. It's always cool in Mesa.
Yes, it is.
It's always cool in Mesa.
Yeah.
Hot in July, but for 365, you know it's always cool in Mesa. If the scent of roses strikes you as awesome, get a load of these orange blossoms. If you love baseball, so does your hubby. Well, we got the A's, and honey, how about them Cubbies? It's always cool in Mesa.
Yes, it is.
It's always cool in Mesa.
Yeah.
The summers are hot, we seem to get that a lot, but it's always cool in Mesa. We float the river in our tubes. We call summer storms hot blues. Every Tuesday it's tacos for $1. Our Asian food's divine. We gotta dive in Lady Sign. You wanna see it, just give me a holler. It's always cool in Mesa.
Yes, it is.
It's always cool in Mesa. Forget the degrees and just remember this, please. I said it's always cool in Mesa.
It's time for the remix.
Always cool in Mesa.
Please welcome the Mayor of Mesa, John Giles.
Hey, welcome. Welcome, everybody, and thank you so much for coming to the State of the City. Last year, we started a podcast, we've talked about a little bit at the State of the City, called It's Always Cool in Mesa, because there are a lot of really cool stories about Mesa, some of them that a lot of us really don't know that well. Well, we're going to borrow the name of that podcast as the theme for the State of the City this morning because it really fits well. There are some really cool things happening in Mesa that I'm excited to share with you this morning. We've left some podcast stickers on the table, so feel free to take one with you and use it as a conversation starter to let someone you know, to tell somebody why you think it's always cool in Mesa. Speaking of cool, what do you think of my ride this morning? Isn't that cool? Yeah. This is an Electromechanica Solo, and these all-electric vehicles are going to be manufactured right here in Mesa. More about that later. It's a great story. It's hard to believe, but this morning is my 8th State of the City, and I've been very honored to give these speeches over the years. But as you saw from the opening video, I'm not a solo act. This is very much a team effort. I'm thankful to be working closely with a really great city council. They're one of the reasons why it's always cool in Mesa.
I'm Councilmember Mark Freeman. I represent District 1 in the City of Mesa. To me, it's always cool in Mesa because of our incredible public safety teams and their commitment to serve our community.
I'm Julia Spilsbury, and I represent District 2 on the council. I think it's always cool in Mesa because of the kindness and compassion of our amazing volunteers, our nonprofits, and faith-based communities.
I'm District 3 Councilmember Francisco Heredia, and I think it's always cool in Mesa because of how we prioritize education and connect our residents with educational opportunities.
I'm Vice Mayor Jen Duff, representing Mesa's District 4, and it's always cool in Mesa because of our incredible arts and culture destinations and our creative energy in downtown.
Hi, I'm Councilmember David Luna. I am Councilmember District 5, City of Mesa, and it's always cool in Mesa because of our unique parks and recreation activities. It offers inclusivity, and it's a welcoming place for families and friends.
I'm Councilmember Kevin Thompson, and Mesa's District 6 is cool because businesses are choosing to be there along with our great neighborhoods, making Mesa a great place to live, work, and play.
Thank you to my fellow city council members for helping us to kick this event off this morning. Also, I want to acknowledge our great city manager, Chris Brady, and assistant city manager, John Pombier, for the wonderful job that they do managing really a wonderful organization. Our council members and our leadership and over 4,000 men and women who keep our operations running smoothly every day in the city of Mesa. Council, elected officials, would you please stand and let's give you a round of applause as well. Thank you. Thank you. As Glenn said earlier, it's truly remarkable for us to be here today together to talk about Mesa. As much as we'd love to put the pandemic behind us, we can't ignore the challenges that we continue to face every day due to COVID-19. There have been many, many people that have made great sacrifices to help keep us safe and healthy and cared for, delivering services every day that range from the daily needs of our community to education to our health and well-being. We owe our essential service providers a debt of gratitude for their dedication and compassion despite the significant challenges that they face every day. If you are an educator, a healthcare worker, a first responder, an essential worker, would you please stand and be recognized? Thank you. We really do have heroes among us, and we're grateful for the sacrifices that you've made to allow us all to continue to function over the last couple of years. On behalf of the people of Mesa, again, our sincere thanks to you. Are you catching on to the neon theme yet? The challenges of our pandemic are not a reason for us to stand still as a city. In many ways, I'm proud to say that we've gained momentum and seen very positive change over the past 2 years. I am sincerely tremendously proud of how the City of Mesa has responded to the pandemic. To date, our city has given emergency rental assistance and utility assistance to over 40,000 of our residents. Through these programs and in partnership with our community nonprofits, we've delivered over $41 million to help keep the lights on and to keep residents in their homes. Small businesses have had greater access to technical assistance through award-winning City of Mesa programs that grew out of the COVID-19 response, like the Mesa Business Builder Program. In fact, Mesa was recognized as one of the top 5 cities in the country for how we've supported our small businesses as they navigate the pandemic. We're bridging the digital divide with a pilot project that aims to future-proof our city. We're installing 20 city-owned cell towers that will bring free Wi-Fi to areas of West Mesa that are the most disconnected. We're proud to partner with Mesa Public Schools on making this program a reality. We've also taken the first steps towards providing fiber citywide to every home and business, and recently launched a process to develop an open access fiber network throughout all of Mesa. I can't thank our business community enough for stepping up during the darkest days of the pandemic. For example, Dexcom, a global leader in glucose monitoring devices, used their facilities to serve as the nation's first and only indoor drive-through COVID-19 vaccination site, where in partnership with the state of Arizona, over 100,000 vaccines were administered. Thank you, Dexcom, and thanks again to all of our private sector partners for stepping up to support our community during these unprecedented and challenging times. Year after year, the City of Mesa stands out on a regional and national stage, and 2021 was no different. We were recognized as the top city in the country for overall city governance experience by the Center for Digital Government. Mesa also received the Gold Award for Workplace Health from the American Heart Association and the Platinum Level Award for Healthy Arizona Work Sites. And we earned a Silver certification from What Works City, placing us among only 40 cities who demonstrate excellence in using data to adapt and enhance services and programs. Thank you. It's a friendly crowd this morning. Thanks a lot. We also, this is good news, received the second largest transit planning grant in the country. So we're going to be receiving $920,000 for the planning of a 5-mile streetcar route in West Mesa that will connect Riverview with the Asian District, Fiesta District, and downtown. Thanks to our congressional delegation for your help on that. Yeah, $920,000. I'm also very proud of how Mesa is demonstrating what it means to be a compassionate city. Our programs to address homelessness in Mesa have served as national models. And as chair of MAG, that's the Maricopa Association of Governments, I was very pleased and proud to announce Pathways Home, which is our regional action plan to address homelessness. I'm also very proud of the fact that here in Mesa, we passed a non-discrimination ordinance, which reinforced that we're welcoming, inclusive, and open for business. That paved the way for 3 additional Valley cities to follow and led to 1 million more Arizona residents being protected. As you can see, Mesa hasn't slowed down. We're gaining momentum. In 2021, Mesa issued nearly 8,000 building permits. We added thousands of jobs, nearly 4 million square feet of commercial and manufacturing space, and billions of dollars in private capital investment. Like me, I know that you're here this morning because you're invested in Mesa's success. And with your help, we're building a safe, sustainable, compassionate future that invites innovation, prioritizes education, and prepares us for the Mesa of tomorrow. Let me share how. Let's start with climate action. We are very proud of the climate action plan that we adopted last year. Our goals in that plan are both aspirational and achievable, but only if we work together. Here's some of the ways that we're moving the needle on reducing our carbon footprint as a community. The City of Mesa, as you probably know, owns its own electric utility, sorry SRP, that serves, we only serve 17,000 customers, but of those customers, we currently have over 100 solar customers who are generating more than 1.1 megawatts of solar energy for residents and for City of Mesa facilities. Our next step is to install smart meters so that our customers can better gauge their energy use and save a few dollars on their bills. By adjusting our thermostats and improving the energy efficiency of our own buildings, the City of Mesa has reduced the amount of energy we use by nearly 15% over the last 2 years. As you saw, this morning I came to work in an electric vehicle. EVs will be a big part of our response to climate change and our local and global economies. That's why Mesa has purchased the first electric fire truck in the United States. This truck is one of our first steps towards electrifying Mesa's vehicle fleet. Over the next 10 years, we'll replace our entire fleet of light-duty trucks with EVs. We're also partnering with Arizona State University to test future technologies that reduce greenhouse gases like carbon dioxide and methane. Let's hear about a project that's experimenting with ways to put our wastewater to work. It's not an overstatement to say that this could change the world.
At Arizona State, we see the rising carbon dioxide levels. That CO2, which is a waste, this is actually food and a resource for the microalgae. Our team had the idea for how to develop something that could make this renewable resource out of a waste stream. And we went out to reach out to City of Mesa, who we've worked with in other projects, and said, hey, could we do something together to make something valuable out of the waste stream you have? And they were very supportive. One of the big benefits of the wastewater treatment plant is that a lot of the things that you need to grow algae are already here. There's a couple of pipes that bring water over from the wastewater treatment plant, feed it right into, so we can just fill up our ponds here. Basically what the digesters are releasing, we can capture that and pipe it in and feed it to the microalgae. So there's just an abundance of resources that the microalgae can use to grow. There's many different things you can do with it. You could even make fibrous materials out of it, and then fuels. There's actually oils inside those algae that you can create into a biodiesel. The microalgae grows many times faster than like agricultural crops and uses a lot less water. So when we're thinking about Arizona and what do we do, how are we gonna survive as a society as we get less and less water, we're gonna need to do a better job of recycling it with these wastewater treatment plants. And we're going to need to make productive uses out of the waste streams. And that's what this project's all about.
Isn't that an exciting story? I mean, who knew that the solution to our problems as a planet could be algae, right? Very cool. Thanks to ASU and to our Water Resources Department for partnering on this project that has the potential to scale up and make a significant impact in how we reduce greenhouse gas emissions. It will take more, though, than just changing our City of Mesa operations to achieve carbon neutrality in our city. The next phase of our climate action plan will incorporate community input. Our team has been conducting outreach to learn how we can accomplish our climate action goals together as a community. So keep an eye out for phase 2 of the plan. That will be incorporating feedback from the community, and that's going to be in the next coming months. Thank you to everyone who's already provided input and shared your ideas for a healthy and sustainable future in Mesa. Now, let's talk about one of my favorite reasons that it's always cool in Mesa, and that's our food. It's no secret that I'm a huge fan of our food scene, but for today, I called in a true tastemaker, an expert, to help me introduce some must-try spots in our city. Diana Brandt is also known as AZ Foodie on social media, and she has over 170,000 followers online, and she's going to help me highlight a few great places over the course of this morning. I've always been a big fan of a restaurant called Koreatown in Mesa's Asian District. Last year, the owners opened a new concept right next door. Let's take a look at PK Shabu. Hey, let's get this food tour started. We're at PK Shabu in the Asian District in Mesa. I'm excited to be here with AZ Foodie.
Hello.
This is gonna be a lot of fun.
Let's go eat some food.
Let's do it. Hot pots is a big deal. It's very popular in the Asian community. This restaurant's full all the time. So the first step is you order broth.
It's all about the broth and what you pick. I'm gonna choose the spicy.
That sounds good. I'm going to do what you do because you're an AZ foodie. So why would I buck the system? The reason they say shabu is when you pick up your meat and you put it in the broth, it doesn't take that long to cook it.
No.
So if you push it back and say shabu, shabu, that's about the right amount of time to pull it out and eat it.
Did you guys ever see the TikTok thing where they were like,
Tightly woven. It's time to work on my big muscles. Swirl it around and say shabu shabu. Ta-da. Oh yeah, that's great. We're having a great time at PK Shabu. The food is amazing.
so good? We're gonna keep eating, but we'll see you at the next spot.
Thank you, PK Shabu. Okay, I'm ready to announce that this morning has been a success because my daughters laughed at my big muscle joke. So I can go home a happy man this morning. Thank you very much. After seeing how much we enjoyed PK Shabu, I hope you'll give them a try. Thank you to my friends, the home family, for taking such good care of us. I can't wait to go back. In 2018, you may recall that our voters passed a public safety sales tax. Thank you very much, voters. And I'm pleased to share that we've over-delivered on the promises that we made during that election. And we're on pace to keep our public safety at a top priority for the City of Mesa. Here's a few of the things that we've accomplished. We've increased recruitment efforts and focused on diversifying our departments. We've enhanced the training facilities needed to keep our personnel prepared. For example, we added a new burn building and a remodeled test track, and we've added several new emergency response vehicles. We've also opened a new state-of-the-art fire station in Southeast Mesa near Eastmark, and we're on our way to hiring 200 new public safety employees in direct response to the growth happening in our city. Let me repeat that. We're hiring 200 new public safety employees. Let's take a closer look at the work our public safety teams, thank you, Please help us recruit the best and brightest for those positions because the City of Mesa is hiring. Let's take a closer look at the work our public safety teams are doing, starting with our fire department. Because of a long-standing partnership between the Mesa Fire and Medical Departments and Mesa Public Schools, the road was already paved for the successful delivery of tens of thousands of COVID-19 vaccines.
The city as a whole has done amazing. I talked to a lot of my counterparts in other districts, and obviously Mesa's the biggest district, so a lot of them look to us to see what we've done. Nobody has the resources that Mesa does. Mesa Fire has come to the table to provide all those vaccines, and they are a vaccine site.
We had everybody at the table. We had lots of phone, Zoom conference calls, and setting all this up, and it really was pretty quick and smooth, with really good top-down support from both Mesa Public Schools and us in the county, wanting us to just knowing that we could get the shots out quickly. We were able to do that pretty successfully.
When we did our first 6 pods at the high schools for all of our staff, we were way ahead of everybody else doing it, and our staffs were so grateful. They were so excited that they were a priority. Everybody was included, and I think that really built some support. So we had a lot of people very excited, and all they kept saying is, now when are you coming back to do the next one? When are you going to come back and do the boosters? When are you going to come back and do that?
From January 13th through June 12th, we did 65,000 vaccinations, and then since then, we continue to do pods on a smaller scale. We're up to about 75,000 now. We got a lot of kudos, and I can't emphasize enough what a group effort this was, even though the firefighters were probably the face of this more than anybody. But yes, absolutely, letters of recognition and praise and thanks, to hugs, to tears even. And so yes, people were very grateful. They just were so ecstatic to be able to get a vaccine so quickly.
They trust the fire department, they trust the school system to say, hey, we've done this before, we're going to do a good job, we're going to provide good resources for your families and for you. So come to our pods and we get good turnout.
Thanks again to our hardworking firefighters for making that happen. It's clear, isn't it, that strong partnerships between the city and the community expand our reach. Here's an example of how an innovative partnership is helping the Mesa Police Department change the paradigm in how we respond to mental health calls.
Mesa started collaborating with us in 2018, and they were the first in the country that I know of. And they actually changed their policies to divert calls from 911 over to crisis. So we saw a large increase back then, and then the city came to us and said, how can we do better? And what they decided to do is co-locate a staff here. So our crisis specialist is sitting in the contact center up there, and they're actively coaching and consulting with the staff to help them figure out which calls can come over, which ones are safe, and help them divert those calls away from 911 and the law enforcement over to the crisis line.
And Solari told us these are what we do. We do people in active psychosis, we go out on suicidal people, we go out on substance use problems, we go out on parents that need help with their children. So once we figured out what they were willing to manage, our triage got bigger. And that's kind of where we are today, is this whole variety of different calls that we know are not police calls. We want to get the people the help they need. And oftentimes, while we have training in this, we're police officers first and foremost. And so we want mental health professionals, behavioral health professionals to be the ones to help the families that need us.
Mesa realized there's already a best practice crisis line in the area that's serving their citizens, and they said, let's utilize that, let's tap into that, and let's use that system to get the best care for the people in our city.
The more officers that we can have out there doing public safety, that's what our job is public safety, preventing crime. The less we have handling behavioral health calls that could be handled by behavioral health professionals, the more we have doing public safety. So it kind of helps everybody.
When people come to us for help at their worst spot, there's a really beautiful ability to help them make a lot of change in their life, and I think it's really special that we get to help them in that situation.
This new and very much improved response model is an exciting shift in how we're adapting to the changing needs of our residents. My gratitude to our great leadership, Chief Ken Cost and Mary Camelli, for their amazing leadership in this area, and to all of our public safety employees for their commitment to serving our community. Thank you. Okay, are you ready for another cool food break? I am. Let's check out a place that's just down the street that constantly has lines out the door. I'm not kidding, it's that popular. Two Hands Corn Dogs. I'm super excited to make Two Hands Corn Dogs with AZ Foodie. Let's make some corn dogs.
Let's go eat.
Okay, so there's two options. There's a regular hot dog, and then there's the hot dog that's half hot dog, half mozzarella.
Yes. And then we have all cheese.
Or all cheese. I pick all four.
You ready to go?
If you're ever short-handed, if you have like only one hand and you need two, I think this is it, right? That's a poor excuse for a corn dog right there. I'm sorry.
I did better.
All right, here we go. That's my signature on all my corn dogs. I would put a little potato at the end. So this is the cheese pool. This is the true test of whether or not you've been successful in creating a corn dog. Ready? Oh, man. We're just wrapping up our visit to Two Hands Corn Dogs. These things are so good, you're going to want to bring 3 or 4 hands. Trust me. AZ Foodie, thank you so much for your help today. These were made actually by trained professionals, so they're a little more attractive than the ones that we made. So, hey, cheers.
Cheers.
Happy corn dogs.
Happy corn dogs.
All right, I know we probably need to lock the doors so you don't all run out and go get a corn dog right now, right? But please stick with me because we have some more information to share with you. Thanks to Rena Kong and her team for letting us visit the store and be creative in her kitchen. I know that everyone in this room knows that education is key to a city's success. I have always believed, and I very much still do, that our great neighborhood schools are one of our city's greatest strengths. From early childhood through high school and beyond, we need to create lifetime learners to fulfill workforce needs now and into the future in our city. Building bridges from K-12 education to higher education and ultimately a career is among my highest priorities as mayor. We're very proud to have welcomed the first class of students to the Mesa College Promise program at Mesa Community College this last fall. Our promise is that our city's government, in partnership with our business community and Mesa Community College, will help eligible high school graduates take the next step in achieving their education. It was incredibly inspiring to meet this class of students that have been given an opportunity to continue their education. Thank you to the many donors that helped make the Mesa College Promise a reality. If you are interested in adding your name to this list, I would love to hear from you. Let's see this program in action.
Freshman and sophomore year, I was surrounded around the wrong crowd. So I started to fail. I started to not really pursue my academics as much as I wanted to. At first, I didn't even want to go to college because I really wanted to work.
Brooklyn's a remarkable young lady. She came to Red Mountain High School to take part in the CORE program. It's for students who are credit deficient for some reason or another.
And that's where I started to pick up my credits, start throwing in extra courses, and then all of a sudden, instead of graduating like a year late and being a super senior, I graduated as a junior early grad.
Through that journey is how I met Brooklyn, and being here on the campus full time, I was able to have lots and lots of conversations with her about what comes next because she didn't know what was going to come next. She was just trying to get through high school at that point.
I was really set on not having my parents pay for anything. And that's why I started working as soon as I could work, was at 16. Worked at McDonald's all day, all night, came home, school. And I wanted to pay for everything so my parents didn't have to. And then she told me about Mesa Promise and some other programs, and I was like, this could be a good fit for me.
The Mesa College Promise program is a phenomenal program. It provides so much for students. So not only does it provide financial support if that's part of what they need, but there's so many other wraparound services.
The most important thing besides the scholarship opportunity that came with it was the additional support. Being that I don't have a set route on how to get through college, they provided me with that kind of scaping of where to go, how to do this, this, and this. So that was one of the really big things that I really do appreciate from that program. I'm the first person to attend college as far as my siblings go, my parents, and my grandparents. I want to break that generational blockage that we do have in our family. It's hard to do something like that, especially when I'm really young and I'm not as wise as they are, but I really want to try to make something for myself, make something for my family.
Education is the one thing in life people can't take from you, and it only helps you excel to where you want to be.
I saw Brooklyn and her family here just a moment ago. Thank you so much for being with us today, and I can't wait to follow your journey to see what's next. Thank you. Seriously, please pitch in and help us with this amazing program that's going to have such an impact in our community. Here's some exciting news that will have tremendous regional impact on workforce development. At the ASU Polytechnic campus, the new School of Manufacturing Systems and Networks is now open. This school is designed to address next-generation engineering challenges and will drive innovation and discovery in Mesa. It's connecting students to opportunities in companies looking to invest in Arizona in the fields of aerospace and defense, microchip production, and bioscience. And we can't talk about ASU without mentioning what's happening literally just across the street from where we are now. The new ASU Mix Center, that's the Media, Immersion, and Experience Center, in our downtown is nearing completion and will be welcoming students this fall. The center has been described as a new frontier for media making. Students there will be designing experiences for games, virtual realities, interactive environments, and more real-world applications. The Sidney Poitier New American Film School, which also has film production and post-production facilities in Los Angeles and Tempe, will also be housed in our downtown facility. The film school recently announced founding director Cheryl Boone Isaacs. She comes to this role with a wealth of experience and embodies the mission of the film school. Please join me in recognizing Cheryl and welcoming her to Mesa. Cheryl? As we all know, strong schools help build a sustainable path to a healthy economy. So it makes perfect sense that Mesa continues to attract great Fortune 500 companies and their high-wage jobs to our city. The city will continue to collaborate with educational institutions and businesses to ensure we always have a pipeline of qualified employees. Let's take one last food break before we hit the home stretch, okay? Diana met me at a favorite of all of ours, Mike's Pizza in downtown Mesa.
What's up, you guys? It's Diana, aka Arizona Foodie. I'm here with Mayor Giles, and we are down in Mesa at Mike's Pizza, one of the best pizza spots in town. I'm excited because I'm pretty sure this time my pizza is going to be better than your pizza.
They're all gonna taste good, I know that. Let's go make some pizza.
Let's go. So you guys stretch it?
Okay. You are way ahead of me. Look at that.
My beautiful pizza is finished, it's complete, it's going in the oven. Can't wait to eat it.
To kind of round things out, I'm going to make a chorizo pizza, which is really exciting. I mean, a Mexican sausage chorizo in Mesa, Arizona on a pizza. What could be more perfect? I have made the world's best chorizo pizza. I can't wait to eat it, but here it is, ready to go in the oven. Work of art. Cheers. This is amazing.
I think we did a really great job making these pizzas.
And I'm doing a really good job eating them right now. Diana, aka AZ Foodie, thank you for hanging out with me for a few days, looking at some of the really cool places to eat in Mesa.
Always cool in Mesa. And delicious.
The very talented pizza maker you saw in the background there was the owner, Mike Olson. I want to thank Mike for showing us how it's done, and my thanks to Diana for coming along. Be sure to follow her on Instagram for more great food adventures. Mike's Pizza is just one of the many great local businesses to check out on Mesa's Main Street. Our downtown is truly one of the most inviting downtowns you can imagine, and it's only getting better. There's a wonderful mix of unique legacy establishments like the Nile Theater, Milano's Music, and Pomeroy's Men's Store, who've literally been here for over 50 years, coupled with brand new places like Moondust Farms, Proof Bread, and Main Street Harvest. The studios at the Mesa City Center was once our city's library when I was growing up, but it will soon reopen as the place for networking and collaboration between industry leaders, entrepreneurs, and students. I love this building. Another building that I love in our downtown with a rich history is the historic Federal Building on North McDonald. The Post, as it will be known, will be a new community event center and home to our downtown transformation team and the Downtown Mesa Association. Speaking of the DMA, this is breaking news. Did you know that they have a new brand for our downtown? Check out their new logo and tagline, Uniquely Local. Congratulations to Nancy Horman and her team on capturing the energy of our historic, authentic, amazing, vibrant downtown. Mesa, as you know, is also an incredible destination for arts and cultural experiences. If you didn't see her on the way in, our mobile arts-based engagement lab, also known as MABLE, is here today for tours, activities, and takeaway arts kits. Make sure you stop by and pick up a DIY art kit and some very cool buttons on the way out. I saw her parked just right outside the door. Let's take a moment here to share something very cool that's happened at our Mesa Contemporary Arts Museum this year.
The Mesa Contemporary Arts Museum now offers color accessibility. The exhibit uses chroma glasses, which use a light filtering technique to help guests affected by red-green color vision deficiency. Those who have it can only see about 10% of the normal spectrum, and many colors appear dull, muted, or hard to spot. Two of the first people to try the glasses were Bodie and Soren Wallace.
That's green, but yeah, so you usually see it as yellow.
The brothers are both colorblind, which means they've never seen their dad's paintings as they really are.
We didn't know that our sons were colorblind until more recently, so I've always been painting with bright colors and was surprised that they couldn't see them like I can see them.
The sky's more red. It feels much better. I see yellow.
Vicki Wildermuth works at the museum. Her colorblindness makes it hard for her to even discern street lights or signs.
I'm in hopes that it opens up a whole new world for me.
Putting on the glasses opened up a whole new world for her.
That is seriously wicked.
The colorful exhibit will be up until January.
I'm seeing darker colors.
But the glasses will be available for guests indefinitely.
It's magical, kind of, it's like this really special thing.
It's good to see that people are taking notice of our art scene. In fact, the Mesa Contemporary Arts Museum was voted the best art museum for 2 years in a row by the Phoenix New Times. And in 2021, our Mesa Art Center was recognized as the Valley's best performing art center. Thank you. Yeah. It's one of the things that's cool about Mesa, for sure. Downtown is also an ideal home for those looking for a walkable lifestyle. With the Groves complete, Eco Mesa and the Arts District lofts well on their way, we'll have more housing opportunities for those looking to be a part of the energy in the Downtown Innovation District. Our historic districts are also thriving. The Washington Escobedo neighborhood was recently recognized with the Governor's Heritage Preservation Honor Award. That's the highest award for historic preservation in the state of Arizona. The downtown area is becoming a hub for innovation, academics, arts, and creativity. But this growth and evolution in Mesa is not just reserved for our downtown. We're celebrating ribbon cuttings, groundbreakings, and grand openings throughout our city. I have to humbly, on behalf of our city, say that I'm really grateful and amazed of the accomplishments that we were able to achieve this past year. Despite the pandemic, it's been one of the best years we've ever had for economic growth. Travel in and out of Gateway Airport, for example, is at an all-time high with over 60 nonstop destinations, 6 total airlines, and a record-setting 1.5 million passengers. The new air traffic control tower is right on time, and we look forward to its completion and dedication this summer. Mesa's Falcon Field Airport, already the second busiest general aviation airport in the country, is continuing to grow. The airport welcomed many great aviation businesses into its new 23-acre Mesa Hangars project. It's not hard to see why businesses are choosing Mesa. We have the skilled workforce needed to recruit and retain amazing companies like Boeing, who delivered their 2021st U.S. Army Apache helicopter in the year 2021. And congratulations to Boeing. Congratulations to Boeing, who will celebrate their 40th year this year in Mesa. Let's take a look at some of the recent announcements that preview the Mesa of tomorrow. I'm proud that Mesa will be a big part of the emerging electric vehicle industry. As I mentioned earlier, Electromechanica broke ground on its first U.S. manufacturing facility to produce the company's flagship vehicle, the Solo, right here in Mesa. Their arrival brings 500 high-tech, high-wage jobs and an investment of $35 million. The facility is slated to open this summer, and we're looking forward to that. Our city's economic development team was recognized for the Deal of the Year for bringing Electromechanica to Mesa. CEO Kevin Pavlov is here with us today, and no, Kevin, I'm not giving you back the keys to the Solo. Thanks for being here, and thank you to DMA for loaning me the sweet ride this morning. Continuing, thank you very much. Everybody needs one of those. They're a lot of fun. Continuing with economic development, we're happy that Meta, also maybe known to most of us as Facebook, announced an $800 million investment in their first project in Arizona. This 100% renewable energy campus will be among the most advanced energy and water-efficient facilities in the world. In 2021, Gulfstream, that's a familiar name, isn't it? A world leader in business jet aircraft, announced they'll construct a new 225,000 square foot maintenance, repair, and overhaul facility at the Mesa Gateway Airport. I mentioned earlier Dexcom's support of our vaccine efforts, but I also want to share some of their great economic development success. Last year, they opened their regional distribution center in Southeast Mesa, joining their manufacturing facilities in West Mesa, which are also expanding. I also want to congratulate Dexcom on their recognition as the Manufacturer of the Year by the Arizona Manufacturers Council. Now, there aren't many of us who haven't spent a Saturday morning at a ballpark or a field cheering on a child. And this month, I'm excited to say that we're celebrating the opening of Bell Bank Park. This is the largest facility of its kind in North America. The 320-acre complex is a world-class family sports and entertainment venue, already hosting sports tournaments along with events, festivals, and concerts. This massive $250 million complex will boost tourism, generate revenues, and will be where families from throughout the United States make memories for many years to come. We've made great progress in Mesa, and the growth we're seeing is bringing high-wage jobs, leading-edge advanced manufacturing, amping up sports tourism, and drawing Fortune 500 companies. I've always talked about how our work as a city is to ensure Mesa is a great place to be a kid, raise a family, and build a future. And we continue to raise the bar in that effort year over year. My family is what motivates me to work towards a bright future for Mesa, and I want all of our kids and their kids to know that they don't have to go anywhere else. Everything they need for success is right here. Our children can look forward to world-class educational opportunities, quality, high-wage jobs, and a great quality of life right here in Mesa. Let's have a little fun before we let you go out the door today, okay? How many of you are addicted to the word game Wordle, like my family? Okay, I see a few hands going up. We try, this is maybe we're weird, but we try to do this every day and text each other to see in a friendly competition who finishes first. In short, the rules of the game are you're trying to guess a 5-letter word by finding the right letters. I usually start with a do because it's got a chuckload of vowels, but given the theme of our speech today, let's go with the restaurants that we just talked about. So instead of adu, we'll start with shabu, and then we'll go to two hands, we'll go with hands. And our third restaurant was Mike's Pizza. Mike's is actually spelled with a Y. And let's see how we're doing. Not that great. We only have 2 out of 5 letters. So what we're missing, obviously, is dessert. I love ice cream for dessert, so let's go with cone lover, okay? Cones and lover. That's chock full of consonants. Hopefully, we'll get a little more ammunition to make an educated guess. All right, it worked. We've got all 5 letters figured out. So, again, this is an interactive game here. Who can think of a Mesa restaurant name, 5 letters, probably an ice cream restaurant, maybe in downtown Mesa? What? Novel. Yeah, of course, novel. Okay, it is novel. When I started this year's State of the City, I knew I wanted to talk about, again, all the cool things in Mesa. Oh, thank you very much. The lovely Dawn, ladies and gentlemen. What is cooler than ice cream? That's a rhetorical question. Nothing is cooler than ice cream. In case you already don't know, Novel Ice Cream is the place to go to get a delicious scoop-up ice cream. You can find them tucked in a very cool location in an alley across from the Arizona Museum of Natural History. And good news, we've got some for you too today, okay? You get ice cream, and you get ice cream, and you get ice cream, all right? On your way out, everybody pick up a cool scoop of Novel ice cream. Thank you to the owners, Brandon and Travis Douglas, for helping us get ice cream for today's breakfast. There's a lot. I'll finish that in just a second. Thanks again for being here. In conclusion, I know we've always said that we think that Mesa's best days are ahead of us. Well, I think now it's clear to say that some of those best days have arrived. And we're not going to take them for granted. We're going to continue to build on our great history towards a future that ensures that it will always be cool in Mesa. Thank you for being here.
I've been trapped inside my head for so long. I'm sorry, I should have called when I was sober. Some days I get scared to be alone.